This is Saint Aldo plays telling you that's hot and I'll be your sexy pilot for today. Microsoft Flight Simulator is the latest flight simulator in which you simulate flight in a simulator, pretending to be a video game. Developed by Asobo Studio, it released on PC August 18th and we can expect an Xbox Series 10 and Xbox One version whenever they decide to release it. The simulation simulates our world using the powerful AI known as Bing Maps. While its origins are unknown, people call it the less popular Google Maps. The simulation allows users to simulate different flight challenges, as well as simulate flight plans, existing flights, and free flight. Welcome aboard, kitten.
Has this ever happened to you? You boot up Microsoft Flight Simulator to find out you have to download and install a 90GB patch, and a third of the way through it, the game crashes, prompting you to immediately boot it up again, and you wonder if the game can actually run without the patch since the game is now loading. But after a while of loading, you realize the game is stuck since it didn't download the whole patch. So you reboot the game and it finally decides to work again and download the remainder of the patch. Has this ever happened to you? You're doing some tutorial missions and it got to a point where the game needed you to press left, right, up, down, but you're using an Xbox controller and the game decides to not register your inputs despite pressing those buttons. So you restart the tutorial thinking there's something wrong with the game and the game crashes again. So you text your brother-in-law about it, saying 10 out of 10 experience, but all he responds with is an LMAO. So you restart the game again, get to the same point in the tutorial, but this time Google the controls and realize in that moment that the game wants you to press Alt and then the directional buttons on your keyboard to change your view, despite using a controller because you're a filthy console player. So now you're super pissed off, but continue onwards anyways, and after completing some tutorials you get really bored with the simulation. So you start one of the weekly challenges where you have to land a plane, but you fail that challenge because you landed too fast and you couldn't fully brake, so your plane phases through a fence, the game stutters, and you crash into some stone fence. So you restart the challenge, but this time you smartly drop your speed significantly while still in the air so you can hit the runway at just the right time and slow yourself down to complete the challenge finally. But then, because of this whole experience, you realize why you didn't really like simulation games and decide to not play it anymore. And then come to the conclusion that you only downloaded it because of all the hype and you wanted to see for yourself how the game ran on your mid-range gaming laptop, leading you to make this video and question your life choices all in the same process. Has that ever happened to you? Please call me! I give Airplane the game a surely you can't be serious out of 10. The game needs polish. Oh wow, the plane crashed.